to episode 6 of the Muscle Memory Podcast. I am your host, Sean. Hope you guys had a good weekend, enjoyed your Monday and Tuesday. But this week, I think we're just going to do a little short, quick episode, straight to the point, talk about some things that were going on last week for me and just about over the weekend. And I'll just have to wrap it up. I don't really have much to talk about this week, but it'll be a good one nonetheless. Let's get right to it. For starters, this week, literally yesterday, but Stephanie Becerra is now a double champion in NXT. She is now the NXT Women's Champion as well as the NXT North American Champion. From what I'm seeing, the reason that the match even happened was because Julia was hurt, and they just wanted to let her have some time off, let her recover from her injury. Best wishes to Julia, but also congratulations to Stephanie Becerra for becoming a double champion. Where this goes from here with her being a double champion, don't know. Maybe she drops the belt, maybe she pulls Keith Lee, drops the lesser belt to defend the main belt. We'll just have to wait and see. Let's see what else happened. Javon Evans versus Ethan Page. Javon finally got his win against Ethan. Obafemi versus Moose. Oba won, retained his belt. The Hardys versus Fraction. The Hardys won that match. It's actually really good to see the Hardys back on WWE television, especially Jeff. It's great to see him sobered up and not do anything stupid anymore that messes up his chances. So it's really good to see that. Really good to see him in good health. Anything else happen on NXT? Not that I remember. Roman Reigns is back. He showed up on Raw. Basically to beat down Seth after the match. Basically payback for what happened at Royal Rumble when Seth stomped him after they all got eliminated, him, Punk, and Roman. And then Heyman, being the guy that he is, having connections with Punk previously, being his advocate and all that, when Punk was still WWE champion all those years ago. Roman didn't take well to the Spirit Punk. I can't tell if we're getting full-on heel Roman or we're still on anti-hero Roman. I prefer heel Roman, but I'll just wait and see what's going on with that. I feel like we're going to get Roman versus Seth at Mania, or we're going to end up getting Roman, Seth, and Punk at Mania, and they're going to try to figure out a way for that to end up being a main event, which would be weird, but I do still think that Punk's going to try to stay away from that, at least for now, and then we're going to end up seeing Punk use his favor from Punk to get into one of the championship matches at Mania. I feel like that's more liable to see what happens. But all three guys are over at the moment, so I'm looking forward to see what they do. Pretty sure the match will be fine. Follow up to the last episode. Naomi finally admitted that she was the one that attacked Jade. So everyone that said, oh, Jade's just jealous, yada, 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 no, it was because Naomi was jealous. She literally said it. And then, obviously, Jade finally got to her. So, Jade versus Naomi at WrestleMania is basically confirmed. Bianca really has nothing to do with it. At least I don't think she does. From the way she was acting, I think she had nothing to do with it. But there's a good chance that she's just playing it all off as an act to where she doesn't get her WrestleMania opportunity messed up. But they're probably just going to leave it as Bianca knew nothing about it, and it was just Naomi being jealous. In terms of wrestling, that's all I got. Working out and fitness pretty well over the last week. Just had a good leg day. I'm starting to realize that I'm actually going on a cut on accident. But it's not more so because I meant to do it, it's just because I started eating better, obviously. So I started eating leaner, started drinking more water, and I just toned down and I lost a little bit of weight. So, good thing, but at the same time, I kind of prefer the bulkier look. But I'll put it back on. I'll just do it while, eating properly and all that good stuff. I do have my hands on WWE 2K25. I've been playing that a lot. I've played the entire showcase mode. It wasn't a bad showcase at all. I actually enjoyed the matches. Paul Heyman basically made the showcase. Uh, Anyone who hasn't had their hands on it yet, I would definitely say go and get it. Definitely go and play it. It's definitely worth it. It's an enjoyable experience, I'd say. Uh, let's see. I haven't played My Rise yet. I haven't touched My GM or anything like that. My faction is cool, I guess. It's all right. Uh, the island, basically the park of WWE, basically the NBA park of WWE, or the city, which is I think what they call it now. But I saw that you're competing for a WWE contract, quote unquote. I don't think it's a real contract. I don't know the legitimacy besides that. I don't know if it's just for a storyline or whatever, but I haven't touched it. A lot of people saying that it's an issue because it's a local save file. So if your file gets corrupted, you'll lose everything in the island, everything that you worked for, and everything that you paid for, which kind of sucks. And I don't want to go through that, so I'm just not going to touch it. Universe mode, I haven't touched it yet. I have imported some of my creative superstars in there. The creation suite's cool. I rock with it. Overall, outside of the island and my faction being the same transactional thing that it's always been, overall it's a good game in my opinion. I don't have any problems with it. I do need to do more with the chain wrestling. I attempted it earlier. It was cool, but I basically did the drive and I kind of messed up the whole thing because driving ends the whole sequence. So I got to practice more with actually starting a match with the actual chain sequence and see how I like it. From the way that it looked like it was implementing a new mini game as well as the old one, but instead of the right stick, it's the left stick. So I'm intrigued about that. I have yet to use the barricade climbing. It looks cool, but I just haven't used it yet. Throwing weapons is still in the game. That's cool. Always funny. And intergender matches. I haven't tried intergender matches yet, but from the one female match that I did play, female wrestlers do bleed now. Something that a lot of people have been asking for. Female wrestlers do finally bleed, just like the men. Everybody's basically the same now. And they added a new thing to the game with like bruising on the body. It's like if you're taking a lot of damage to your back, it starts to show. You start taking a lot of damage to your face or to your body, it starts to show. And it's not something that like goes away throughout the match, it stays there the entire match. So if you have like a 60-minute Iron Man match and you're like running like Cody versus Gunther or something, and they're both in there like beating the crap out of each other for an hour straight, by the end of that match, they're both looking like they went through a war. Like actually, they're not just, sweaty and bloody. They're bloody, they're bruised. Like on Cody, obviously you're not going to see like the stuff on his leg and all that, but Gunther, like the people that wear like trunks when they wrestle, it's very, very cool to see like their legs get damaged. Actually, like the bruising show up and the damages of what happened in the match. It's actually really cool to see it like that. But I'm really late to this, but I just now heard that Gears of War is making a new game. It's a prequel to all the Gears of War games before. It's called E-Day, which is simulating when they first encountered the Locusts and no one knew what to do about it. And they're putting us in that situation, which I feel like is going to be really cool. For the really diehard fans, they brought Dom back. They put him in the trailer. I'm not spoiling anything. But they brought Dom back, which I think a lot of people will be happy about. So I think it will be a good game. They're running on Unreal Engine 5. The game looks great. I just saw the trailer for Doom Dark Ages. That game looks great as well. They gave him a parry. He has a parry system now. So that's going to be interesting. His shield is the chainsaw. And they show something where you can like fly dragons or whatever. So it's definitely going to be a great game, I think, because I love playing Doom. So I think it'll be a good game overall. But I think that's about all I have this week. I don't really have much to talk about this week. Not much goes on. I don't really do much, so yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed this week's episode. This was again Muscle Memory episode 6. I am your host Sean. Hope you guys enjoyed. Sorry that it was a bit short, but I didn't have much to say this week.